welcome back to Book Buzz with Jen and Ping, a podcast focused on romance books. In case you missed it, we did interview the author Claire Contreras last week, so make sure you check that interview out. It was so much fun. I loved it. I was so nervous while we were having that little interview, but I was so excited because, as you know, she's my unicorn. And in this episode, we are going to be talking about the current reads that we're reading right now, and then we're going to be talking about Amelia Wilde's Hidden Beauty, which is the second book in the Beauty and the Beast series, which I finished a couple days ago, and it is amazing. So keep listening to hear our thoughts and our review on the book.
This past week, I feel like I read quite a lot. I think I catch up with all of my arcs already, besides one that I'm really, really holding on to it until it's closer to release. And if you want to know which arc it is, it's For Lucy by Jewel. I'm holding
off on that one too.
I'm holding on to that one until when it's closer, because Jewel always killed me, so I'm holding.
I get anxiety going into her books because they cry. Like, I don't know what to expect going in.
Yes. So I'm really scared, so I'm holding off on that one. I haven't read that one, but one of them that I finished reading is Tie Me Down by Melanie Harlow. That's the fourth book and the last book in the Bellamy Creek series, and oh my gosh, my heart, I don't want this series to end. I need more for this series. I don't know if I'm just an emotional person this past week, but I don't know if anyone cried, but I cried while reading it. It was so cute and sweet. That means,
right?
Huh?
You know what that means, right?
What?
When you cry is because the book was that good.
It was good. It seriously gave me all the feels. It's our favorite single parent, small town. It's a friends to lovers book.
Tell me more.
Well, the hero's Beckett. The heroine is Maddie. They both liked each other when they were younger, when they're in high school. But he never told her that he had feelings for her. But she had feelings for him too, but at the same time, she was scared. So she was dating this other guy. When they finished high school, they both went separate ways, but still kept in touch. He went to New York and got a good job. When his dad got sick, his dad has Alzheimer. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he came back to take over the farm, the family's farm. So she went and got married, had a kid, had a son, a 6-year-old boy, and her husband cheated on her. So they got a divorce. Yep. Mm-hmm. And so they divorced. So her mom died. So she came back to sell the mom's house. And Beckett offered his house for her to stay in. So, of course, all those years that they wasted, pretty much. He still had feelings for her all this entire time. His feelings for her is still there. She is someone who, like, no one really showed her that she's worth it. Because her mom is always...
She never felt appreciated?
That too, yes. Her mom expects a lot from her, like in high school. If she has bad grades, her mom will legit be like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you try harder? Blah, blah. Her mom is always pressuring her. And then so she went into a marriage that she just thinks that it might be good for her, but it turns out to be really bad for her. So she was never really appreciated, but Beckett, he is seriously swoon-worthy hero. He was always there for her, and oh my goodness. Okay, him with his dad, I think that's what got me really emotional, because his dad has Alzheimer's, so he's always there watching his dad. And so I think that's why I got really emotional, because when it's a book about a parent and a child, I always get really emotional. So I think that's why I cried so many times. And I really can't tell you which one is my favorite in the series. Do not ask me, because I won't be able to tell you which one's my favorite. So I finished that one, and I am currently reading 𝐅𝐸𝐥𝐥𝐥𝐵 by Anna Zyrus. This is the second book in the, I'm gonna butcher his name because he's Russian, so I'm totally gonna butcher the name. Molotov Obsession. This is the second book. It's a duet, and I think I don't remember if I talked about book 1 on the podcast, but this one, a little bit background from book 1. I won't go much into book 2, but book 1, people were after her, trying to kill her. So she ran away. She saw it on an ad of where they're looking for a nanny and a teacher for a kid. So she applied for it. She got the job, and Nikolai was the rich mafia Russian guy, and so he hired her, not knowing that people's after her, trying to kill her. Book 1 ended where he knows who's trying to kill her, and then book 2 starts where how he's going to protect her from her killer. And oh my goodness, the sexual tension, oh my goodness. Like I'm in maybe one fourth in, and it's like building because she got injured, she got hurt. He's a very obsessive hero, so of course I love obsessive hero. I don't know if you guys love obsessive hero, but something about obsessive and possessive hero,
it makes the story a little bit more sexy.
Yes, definitely. And I just love Nikolai so much. Like, he is dangerous, like he's a ruthless killer, and I can't wait till I finish this book, but I'm enjoying it so far. I love Anna's book. So she's one of my go-to authors, and whatever she writes, I pick up. So yeah, that's what I'm currently reading right now.
Let me know when you finish it.
Yes.
You know, I still need to add that book that you were reading the other day.
The Chicago Code.
Yes. I need to add that to my, I need to add it to my TBR and actually get it.
Yes, read it, girl. Read it.
I need to. I'm trying to go through my TBR right now because I'm all caught up in my arcs. And I feel like I was telling you earlier, I feel like I didn't read much this week. But I'm all caught up with my arcs, and I've been going through my TBR. And I need to add that one on there.
Yeah, you should.
So like I said, this week I caught up in my arcs. I did finish reading Fate by Kylie Scott. It's a pretend boyfriend girlfriend book. I loved it. I love Kylie Scott. I think my favorite book of hers is Lick. Have you read that one yet?
I haven't read any books by her yet.
That one is so good. Okay, so a little bit about Lick. The trope is kind of, I wouldn't say enemies to lovers, but it's she with the heron's Evelyn and the hero is David. It starts off with her waking up after a drunk night in Vegas, married to the hero, David. And it starts off really good. I love the hero from the start. I mean, that book is my favorite from her. And so the whole story is, about him helping her because the paparazzi, once they find out, because he's part of a band. So he's very famous and everything. So after they find out that they're married, they're all after her. So she stays with him in order for him to help her out and protect her. And so, sha-la-la-la-la, they fall in love, et cetera, and it's amazing. I loved David. I mean, this book is one of my favorites. So when I saw the cover for Fake, did you see it?
I think so.
It's
is it kind of blue?
It's bluish, and then the cover is black and white. And then kind of blue. But but it's when I saw the cover, I was like, oh, that's so cute and sexy. And like, I want to read it. So I ended up signing up for the arc. I didn't think I was going to get it. Because like I said, I read the first 3 books in that series, but I haven't read anything of hers recently. So I didn't think I was going to get it. But to my surprise, I got it and I loved it. Patrick is this boy that the media is portraying as the bad boy, and he's trying to clean his image. So he has Nora, which is the heroine, pretend to be his girlfriend because he's looking to have somebody have that clean, innocent image. So if the media sees that he's dating this waitress who is innocent, sweet, not a troublemaker, his image is, well, to his people and to him, his image would be fixed. They end up falling for each other, et cetera, et cetera. It's very, very cute. I loved it. One thing I will say about her books, I feel like they're, for me, I guess because I love them so much, I wish they were longer. Like, have you ever read a book where they're so good and it's, you wish it was just longer? Because I mean,
yes,
that's how I feel about her books. But it was very, very good. Patrick was amazing. I loved him. I loved the chemistry, the angst in this book was amazing. Like I said, that one is my second favorite from hers. Like I said, I haven't read much of hers lately. So I was very excited going into this book and it did not disappoint. I loved it. It does come out this week. So I totally recommend it. I recommend you guys read Lick as well. It's so funny. Like the side characters in that book, it's hilarious, which they get their book too. I've been going through my TBR and I finally downloaded A Lie for a Lie by Elena Hunting. So far, I'm like 15% in.
Is it funny?
It is, but it's also really cute. Like it's that book that I don't do a lot of rom-com.
Yeah.
So it took me a bit to finally like, okay, let me pick this book up. But the covers are so freaking good. And she just released the cover for her new book. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I need to start the series. I literally need to start the series. So I downloaded it and it's so far, I'm loving it. I did put it aside because I got the arc for The Fall We Fell by Victoria. I'm so gonna mispronounce her last name. It's Victoria Denault. I think that's how you say it. If I say it wrong, I'm sorry. This is the first book I read by this author. I came across this book, the blurb and the cover because Lex Martin, who is an amazing author as well. I don't know if you guys have read her books. If you haven't, totally recommend him. She's usually a small town author. Love her books. So she came on and posted about this book and said that it made her cry. It was amazing, et cetera, et cetera. So I went and signed up for the arc. I am loving it. I started it this morning, but I got busy during the day, so I didn't really continue reading it. But it is so cute. I'm not going to, because the blurb doesn't give away that much. So I'm not going to go into details and tell you what's going on. But all I can say is it's not how I expected. And it's cute. So far, the hero, it's a little bit like, I don't know how I feel about him, but the heroine, I am loving her. She's going through some stuff, which I've never read a book about this certain topic. So it was very interesting. And I'm so excited to see how the author writes it out. Because there's a certain situation on there that I'm curious to see how it's going to go. So I'm so excited to continue it. I should finish it by tomorrow. So we shall see. But like I said, I didn't really read that much this week. I feel like I literally didn't read at all this week. I finally finished reading Flame by Alexandra Sylvia. I don't know if you guys know, but she ended up splitting her book, the one she was writing, Smoke, in between two books because the book was very long. Well, she ended up splitting it in two. So Smoke is part one and Flame is the second one, which I love the cover. I love that she added a female in her cover. So I don't know if she released the cover yet. If she did,
I don't think so.
Well, oops, spoiler alert. Which it is amazing. I loved it. If you haven't added this series to your TBR, I definitely recommend you add it. It is, I guess, because I've read the whole series, it's so sad to see that whole series end. It's like you said, Melanie's books. It's so sad when your favorite, one of your favorite book series ends, and you're just like, I want more. And I'm seriously begging her for a certain character's book, at least like a novella, just because of the stuff that he went through in his book. I'm like, please give us a little bit of like happiness from that or whatever. And she is a hard person to convince. So please read the books and beg her with me. But I finally finished it and I cried. At the end, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe it's over. And the way it ended, it was like, you guys, whenever you guys pick up this book, it's going to be amazing. You guys are going to love it. Freddie is that bad boy hero that you're going to hate, but then you're going to love, and then you're going to hate again, and then you're going to love again, and you're going to cry. And you're going to swoon, everything. I cried. I remember when I was reading it, I kept telling her, I hate him. Like, there's no way that I am going to like forgive him for whatever that he did some things. I'm adding an S on there because he did not just one thing, not just two things. He did several things to the heroine that broke my heart. Like, I was like, he's such a douche. Like, why? Like, I hated him. But I love him too. Like this, he would do anything for the heroine. And I loved it. It's a book series that I recommend hardcore if you're into dark romance. Alexandra Sylvia has a way of creating this world in your mindset that's like so unique, epic. It's amazing. Totally recommend it. So keep an eye out. I know Smoke is releasing in a couple of weeks. So if you haven't read it, if you haven't read the first couple of books, you have time to catch up. So pick them up. Burn is the first book. Loved it. Book 2 is my favorite. So when you guys read, if you guys pick up the series and you read book 2, let me know, because that book is heartbreaking. But yeah, that's technically all I read apart from Hidden Beauty, which we're going to talk about. But that's pretty much everything that I read. See, I didn't read a lot this week.
That's quite a lot, I think.
Well, now, like, I feel like I've been reading. I've read more yesterday and today than I did the whole week.
Wow.
Yeah. That's why I'm just like, ugh. But I'm getting there. So once I finish these 2 arcs, I'm going to go back to reading A Lie for a Lie. Which I probably finished this arc that I'm reading today. So I'm excited to go back. I did download The Rebel by Sophie Lark. I didn't know this was a spinoff from her previous series, which I read and I love. The first 3 books were my favorite. And then I didn't realize that, this new series was a spinoff of that series. I was very I was very surprised when I read some reviews. I was like, wait a minute. I ended up going back. I was like, oh my God. So I downloaded The Rebel first. And I think that's the second or third book in the series. But I'm going backwards. Sorry. Starting and then going down back to the first one. So I did download that one. So that's what I'm going to read after I finished A Lie for a Lie. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Oh, and like you said, I'm holding off on For Lucy.
Yeah.
Like I just want to go ahead and like rip the Band-Aid off and just read it. And if I'm gonna cry, cry and just read it. But I'm so freaking scared.
Yes. Yeah. Me too. Like Jewel always hit you right in the gut
Yes.
and right in the core that I don't know. Like there's just something about the way how she writes.
It is so it's that when you cry, so it's painful, but it's so good at the same time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you can't stop. But I'm so scared. You need to read it first and then let me know.
I've talked to some people about it, but oh my gosh, I just thinking about it, I'm still scared. So. Every time I finish reading Jules, I think I need a therapy.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I just get so scared reading her books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying I'm like her books are a must read.
Mm-hmm.
Like, without a doubt. But they'll break your heart.
Yeah.
You'll put it back together at the end, but it's painful.
Yes.
The beginning is painful. The middle is painful. The ending is pretty much amazing. But
yeah.
Let's talk about Hidden Beauty. What did you think of it?
I'm pretty sure I mentioned it a lot of times, saying that I'm undecided if I'm Team Morelli or Team Constantine. And after I finished reading the Cinderella trilogy by K. Webster, I was like, I am Team Constantine. And then when I finished reading Hidden Beauty, I was like, oh my gosh, I am Team Morelli for sure.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness, Leo is to die for. Like seriously, he was the beast of Bishop Landing. And when you saw that broken side of him, oh my goodness, I was like, poor Leo. I was legit. I was like, okay, Haley, you better be good. You better be good for Leo because Leo deserves the best.
He was not okay. So the book picks up right where it ended. So I was hoping that it would start like that because the way it ended, you know how book one ended, I was like, oh my God. So when I saw that it started just how the other book ended, I got so freaking excited. And Leo, oh my freaking gosh, I absolutely love him. I'm obsessed with him. Like he is this bad boy hero. Has this big ass heart. Sorry.
Yeah.
Has this big heart. And who doesn't want to admit he's in love. And he's in love. And the stuff that he does for her, I love. Like I remember I texted you. I was like, I'm reading it, and oh my gosh, like I can't stop.
Yep.
There's like that scene. Spoiler alert, where she refuses to come out of her room. He's like, I've had enough. He's like, you're gonna come out of this room. Either you like it or you don't. I was like, oh my gosh, like that. I think that scene has to be my favorite. I don't know. I just love the whole. He's had enough. He goes to get her out of her room. She refuses. She ends up winning.
Yeah.
So it's like I loved how we see him battle this affection and feeling that he has because he doesn't want to admit it. Like even when his sisters make some comments, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like it's like I loved him because oh my God, I couldn't put it down. I literally finished that book a day.
Oh, wow. One of my favorite scenes was when they went outside. It was I don't remember if it was snowing or not, but when they went outside and he told her they went their separate way. And then when she came back and she saw him with the two birds.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it was just like the cartoon. But I loved it. I love Leo.
I loved him. Oh my God, but the ending, girl.
Yeah. I was like, freaking.
And then the third book doesn't come out till July.
July?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna message Amelia. I was like, Amelia, when can I get the third book?
Like literally, it comes out to July.
Oh my gosh.
I saw the date because I was like, oh my gosh, there's no way she's gonna leave us hanging the way she did with until like God knows when. And I clicked on the order, and it said July.
Yeah, it's because she have her pirate book is releasing in June.
Okay, so
That's
can the
why.
pirate book be released in July, and can this
But
one
I
be released
but
in
I need that pirate book too, though.
I need Leo more.
I need Poseidon too, okay? Poseidon and Leo. They're both.
Leo wins. Leo wins.
But I I'm gonna message Amelia.
I mean, I loved it. I thought it was very angsty. I thought it was very sexy.
Yes.
When he sees her again, spoiler alert. I mean, whole review is a spoiler, so sorry.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we note that in the comments. When he sees her, when he wakes up in the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
girl,
Yes.
oh my gosh. I was like, this is
Yes.
the best thing ever.
I was like, he comes off as someone who's very powerful. And when you see that side of him like that, it's like it breaks your heart, but at the same time, it's like, oh my goodness, you feel for him.
Yes.
And he was so
like that scene, he was so tender. He was so like so sweet. I was just like, oh my freaking God. Like he literally went up to her and just kissed her. And I was like,
yeah.
I didn't first I thought the sister was gonna kick her out of the hospital though.
I know.
I was like, oh my gosh, they're not gonna let her see him. This is horrible. And then I really liked his sister.
Yeah. I hope she gets a book.
Yeah.
I really hope the sister gets one. Ava, okay.
Yeah. I really hope she gets a book.
I like her.
Like I thought I was gonna hate her.
Yes.
Why? But I freaking loved her.
Yeah. In book 1, she comes off kind of like a very those stuck-up girl.
Yeah. So you see her more in book 2.
Yeah. And in book 2, you see the side that she actually cares for her brother. And so you start to feel for her too. So I really hope she gets a book.
I hope she gets a book. When she came out in the second book, I was like, oh my gosh, I thought she was gonna be after Haley. Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna hate her. She's the worst. And then like in the third chapter, I'm like, oh my God, I love her. She's the best.
Yeah. Like it was unexpected. Everything in the you think you know Beauty and the Beast. So you were expecting everything to follow like Beauty and the Beast. But in this one, it's like there are so many things unexpected that you didn't think it's gonna happen.
Because she doesn't go like it's still that little, Beauty and the Beast theme, but it has the twists. It has modern heroes and like a hero and a heroine. It has a modern world, modern topics, and it's very suspenseful.
Yes.
And like I told you, I don't like reading, modern day
retail
or whatever. But I freaking love this book. Like I love it. Like I dying. Cannot believe it won't come out to July.
Yes.
Like, are you really kidding me? Like, really? That one came out already. So if you haven't read it yet, totally recommend it. But I loved Leo. He was the freaking best.
Yes.
I'm so excited to see him because the way book 2 ended, I bet you we're going to get his dark side again.
I know. Yeah.
So I'm so excited to see that. I'm like, oh, I can't believe, and I'm going to say it again. I can't believe we have to wait till July.
I know. Like, I hope she won't push up the date.
Because she's like, I'm gonna torture these readers.
Seriously. But I have to say, because you haven't read her Hades and Persephone trilogy, and oh my gosh, that cameo when Hades appeared in the book, I literally screamed. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Hades. And because I was not expecting for him to cameo in the book. So I was so happy to see Hades appear.
But I did order that. I did order that part back.
So yes, he made a cameo in Hidden Beauty, if you didn't know. Amelia's heroes are, I kid you not, some of the hottest heroes ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to read more of her books. I need to read her Zeus series also. I read Hades, and I'm still currently reading Poseidon. And then I need to catch up and read Zeus. But I hated Zeus in Hades books. So
I didn't read that one. I'll read it. I love those.
She's actually a new author to
She
both
was a
of
new
us.
author, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I just started reading her book. Was it the end of last year or was it the beginning of this year?
Beginning of this year.
Yeah, because I just started reading Poseidon's book. So, and then that got me into Hades, and then now Leo's. And Leo is definitely one of my top book boyfriend this year.
Yes, he's yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, we're gonna have to wait till July.
I know. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize July. Oh my gosh. So we just announced our third author interview on Instagram. If you missed it, Catherine Cowles.
Mm-hmm.
Catherine Cowles is our next author that we're going to interview. I can't wait to talk to her about her books. I haven't read all of her books, but I've read almost all of them, and I love all of them. She is a small town author, a romance suspense, and her books are amazing. They're phenomenal, and I highly recommend her books.
Yeah, I want to talk about Wrecked Palace because that is my favorite book of hers.
Girl, I think mine is Reckless Memories.
Really?
Yes, I love that book. Okay, somehow, like for all of the books, I kind of don't really remember well, but Reckless Memories is like still stuck in my head.
That's me with Wrecked Palace.
Yeah.
It's like, I love that book so freaking much. And I can't wait to like I have so many questions for her in regards to that book. So
yes.
I'm so excited. So we're gonna be doing that interview next week.
Mm-hmm.
It should be up following week. So I'm excited. And this week was a week of cover reveals.
Yes.
Natasha Madison released the cover for Only One Regret. Well, it's the kids of the Something So couple.
Mm-hmm.
So Mini Cooper is getting his book. It is amazing. The cover, I love the cover. Like, I guess, okay, so her books are very, like, I love her books. But they're they keep within the series.
Mm-hmm.
So the Something So was the first books in this hockey series.
Like, you don't want to see the parents aging.
No, especially Max. Everybody knows me.
He's gonna be 50.
Knows that he is my man. He is my, like, I love him to freaking death, but I don't want to picture him old.
Girl, it's gonna be an age gap.
Mad Max is like Edward from Twilight. He doesn't age. Okay, so but Mini Cooper is Matthew's son. So that book is really good. The cover is amazing. The story it's so funny. It's so cute. It's what you expect Matthew's son to be. So if you haven't added it to your TBR, you definitely should add it. It comes out in October. I know
October? That is further than July, girl.
That is true. But it's so good. At least add it to your TBR. Pre-order it. It is amazing. Also, Corinne Michaels released the cover for You Loved Me Once.
I am so scared.
Her on it. I'm so scared to read it.
You read it first.
Okay, just throw it. I'm crocodiles. Why want you? No, it's like the cover was so beautiful, and I'm scared. Like she's saying, "Oh, I don't think it's it's that bad, whatever." Okay, but this is Corinne. This is the person who finds humor when we cry when we're using the bugs. So I don't believe her. So I'm very excited. I mean, like I said, the cover is gorgeous. But when she's like, we said when we were talking to her, when she said this was Grey's Anatomy / This Is Us, like, Grey's Anatomy breaks my heart all the time. Why do you think I stopped watching it? And This Is Us, I cannot go through one episode without bawling my eyes out. So it's gonna be a good one. Freaking scared. That one comes out next month. The audiobook comes out on June the 17th, and then the ebook and the paperback comes out on June 29th.
Yeah.
You should listen to audiobook. I don't listen to audiobooks.
I've only listened to one, and it's Faking It by Christy.
Like, I want to give them a chance. Like, I want to try them because I always say I don't like audiobooks, but I've never listened to a full audiobook. So I feel like I shouldn't be saying that when I haven't really experienced it.
Yeah.
But I feel weird listening to somebody reading me a book.
Yeah.
I prefer to read it myself.
Yeah. You know, it's like for me, when I listen to an audiobook to Faking It, because I can't say audiobook since I've only listened to one, it's really weird to me at first when I started listening, because the guy will still be talking the girl's part.
Yeah.
And
see,
then, and then when the girl, she will read the guy's part, I'm like, wait, why can't they just do like the guy reads the guy line and the girls read the girl's line? Why can't they do that? But
see, that's what I think too. That's why I am like, I don't know.
Yeah, like, and if I listen to audiobook, I can't picture anyone in my head.
Yes.
Like, because you know how when I read,
you don't feel the emotions that you feel reading the book.
Yeah. Like, I can't picture, I don't have imagination when I listen to audiobooks. So I don't do audiobooks.
I don't know. Like, I want to give them a chance. I do want, I'm going to download an audiobook and just listen to it because I love podcasts. Like, I'm obsessed with crime podcasts.
Yeah.
You know, but I go to sleep freaked out, but I still can't stop listening to them. So it's I love it. So it's like, why, if I can listen to these crime podcasts, why can't I listen to the audiobook?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give it a chance. I kind of want to download Devney's audiobooks and just listen to one of them. We shall see. I don't know.
I have two covers that I want to mention. TL Swan revealed the cover for Mr. Garcia. Oh my gosh. I am dying for this book. Indie books by T I love. So I am dying for this one. It's coming out on May 29th and I can't freaking wait. And another one, it's Runex released the cover like a few weeks ago, beginning of this month already, but I still can't get over the cover. Gothicana is the cover. Oh my god.
That one was really nice.
Yes, I'm dying to read this book too. And it's going to be quite like a professor and student trope. It's forbidden romance. I love those. So I can't wait to read it.
I want to read her books, but it's like she writes in third person, which is weird. Okay, so I can read third person. Like I read Bridgerton. Yes. But it's, I don't know, it takes a while for me to pick up a third person book.
Yeah.
I mean, her books are in my TBR. I really want to read that one that you just mentioned. So let me know when you read it. I'll probably get it for you then. I'll probably get it for you. Tell me how it is though. That's
I seriously think you need to read The Predator though. The Dark Verse series, you have to read that one. For me, I put that one on hold for half year because it's in third person. I read the first like a few paragraphs and I was like, oh great, it's in third person. So I put it on hold for half year. And then when I read it, I was like, freaking, why didn't I read this earlier? It was so good. And
I like the cover for that one too.
Yes, like her covers are like amazing. I love all her covers. They're so unique. So
dark, vibe-ish.
Yes.
That's not a word, but I'm making it a word.
So yes, I highly recommend her books. So yep.
You know which cover revealed this week too, that I literally screamed when it landed in my email. It was The Fall of a God by Holly Renee.
Oh.
You know, and everybody knows, and she knows. I think even my neighbors know that I'm dying for this book. The cover is gorgeous.
Girl, he's like everywhere now.
Yes. Remember when everybody was reading that
Chase Matson?
Yeah. But, I don't know, this cover to me was like it was gorgeous.
That was a good cover.
The blurb killed me. It was I'm dying for this book. I'm dying. It comes out in June the 10th, so a little bit less than a month. And it seems so far away to me. Like I'm getting to the point where I want to beg her to please send it to me.
Do it. Just do it. Just
like,
do it.
I think everybody who listens to our podcast know that I can't go a podcast without talking about it. And I'm dying for it. And when I got the cover, I was like, holy crap. Like, this is so freaking good. The blurb killed me. And then there were some teasers on there. I was like, okay, just kill me. Keep killing me. It's okay. Like, it's not like I'm dying for this book or anything. But it was, if you haven't read the first book, The Touch of a Villain, I totally recommend it. It is a bully romance. It's more, okay, so I don't consider it a bully romance that much. It's more of like enemies to lovers. And it is phenomenal. Loved it. I do want to say she released some duet boxes that she's selling with some swag. She still has some left. So if you want to order that from her, just go to her Instagram and click on her link on her bio, and it's the order form is there. I ordered it. Remember, I told you that I ordered it without even knowing there was a second book to the duet. So it's a good way to get both books. So both books come signed by her, and then she's adding some swag in there. So I'm so excited to get my box. She did say on the form that she's trying to get the box out before release day. And she says no guarantees, but I'm like crossing if my fingers, my toes, everything for that to happen, because I'm dying. But that cover was released this week, and I freaking screamed.
It was a good cover.
It's you need to read it. I want everyone to read it. And then Daphne Perry released new covers for her books, and I saw my paperbacks, and they are gorgeous. They're up and they look amazing. I have the original covers. I love the original covers too. I love this series. I think book 1 and the third book are my favorites. I love them. So if you haven't checked those covers out, head over to her Instagram or her Facebook page, her Facebook group. She added them on there. They're gorgeous. I do want to say real quick, Novel Grounds released some Clifton Forge Garage. I love that series, the Tin Gypsy series. So the mug, it is gorgeous. So if you want to get that mug, totally recommend it. It's that steel type of mug. So I'm so excited. I don't know if I want to use it or if I just want to put it on my bookshelf. Like, I want to use it so bad, but it's so cute. I don't know if I should use it. But if you want some Daphne Perry merch, I head over to novelgrounds.com and check that out. All right, so that's what we read this week. Some amazing covers that were released this week. Again, we are interviewing Catherine Cowell. So if you have any questions, head over to our Instagram. Our handle is at Book Buzz Podcast and submit. We added a announcement, and then if you have any questions for her, just drop your questions in the post. And we are so excited. And I'm about to start confirming a certain surprise that we spoke about a couple podcasts ago. Dun, dun, dun. I'm so excited. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully the stars align and it works out, because I want it to work out. Pang wants it to work out, even though she's like nervous or whatever. But we both wanted to work out. More details on that maybe soon. So I'm working on that. But if you have any questions, just send us a message on Instagram. Again, our handle is at BookBuzz Podcast, and we'll get back to you. I do want to say real quick, Novel Grounds released some Clifton Forge Garage. We'll be back next week with Catherine Cowell. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.